的。两位咸咸的不分清。
这一些啊，
对啊。两位不分区议员去接客。
让一下哦，不好意思，不好意思，
没问题。
来，不好意思哦，来，请让委员过一下哦，来，谢谢谢谢。Meeting or as a background.
I see. 阶梯上拍照。
谢谢。
No, I will be too big. We're very humble.
在脱口罩。
好了，请他们先进去吧。
好，谢谢。
好，来，sorry，
我知道让他们先。
来，你先让我们进去吧。哦，你们是我们需要的。
对，先打那边哦。
不是要访吗？不是先联访吗？
不是先联访，结束之后才联访，结束后再联访。
抱歉，
结束后联访。
那个要先去2楼。
请各位先到2楼，现在先到2楼，最后结束再联访。
其实不太喜欢带你。
我知道。
对啊。
And we have a pen for everybody.
Merci. 来，不好意思，借过一下。 拍谁？对不起，接过一下。小兵，你要来吗？
对，我来了。
来，你坐嘛哈。因为我知道你司机，有司机要吃，可以跑。没关系。对，卢迪克。
那个帕吉克说，
没有了，就那个男的，旁边另外一个男的，
都比较高啊。对，我猜是这个。对。可能就是你说那个。
就那个女的，他在这里。
帕吉克。
就这个党主席名字叫鲁迪克啊，然后还有立陶宛的
欧洲事务委员会副主席。
那是什么党啊？他们怎么的？
就是2个。
我党啊，党对啊，就是卢迪克。
因弹牙无要出来。
就这样拍进去。
我知道啊，又不出来。
对啊。
要出来见一下人客。
还要准备国旗，就是准备国旗。
我这边不会介绍的，我会跟他在。
他们是国际网，就外面的，就他们你看是网的。
至少不要像上次某国国会议员在那边打拳一样。
哦，对。
那就糗了。
他们找不到来的那个。
不会的，他们没那么白目。被骂过了。
对。
再介绍。
Okay, thank you. 我们再后退一点，大家委员请后退一点，对，委员我们这样后退一点，他们比较好拍啊。谢谢。秘书，你可能要往旁边退一点。Well, we have applied for Ukrainian and Lithuania. Two appear. 委员你想哪一个国籍 ？Two appear. Okay, our country's flag and their flag. Lithuania, we have some more flag here. Let's wait to get Republic of China, Taiwan comment. This is unique camera comment. Feel free to walk around, no problem. Our group photo session arrangement. Welcome everybody. This is a special time to have two countries parliamentary chairmen to visit us. Allow me to introduce you briefly about our Parliament. Legislation we have so far this term 113 members. Your Honorable Your Honorable, we have this term 130 members, and some are all members for Taiwan and Ukraine. Parliamentary Amnesty Association show up here to receive you. we're supposed to invite Prime Minister and here to report. You want a photo with him? Okay, sure. You better show up your flag. Okay. We usually, now it's the lower session of the chamber. And lower session is supposed to invite the Prime Minister and Cabinet members here for examination of the budgetary bill. Same as many parliaments in lower years, yes. But, however, for your information, our Prime Minister professional. The Prime Minister has convicted the woman approach tomorrow. So we have a few sessions was stopped, and we'll assume next Friday, coming Friday. Okay. And so these two podiums, let's go stand here. Prime Minister will stand at the other podium. Because everybody was allowed to read 30 minutes to raise questions against Prime Minister. No. Just for this topic about reexamination of budgetary bill. Of course, before then, in same committee, you already have a discussion. Okay? Sure. You want me to serve you? Where you Okay. That's fine.现在那个乌克兰的主席他要有话讲，所以大家可以注意。This is the microphone. Okay. Sure, no problem. 像那个乌克兰的这位主席呢，他站在讲台上面，然后他希望跟他的同胞直播，所以他讲一些话用麦克风，他想要讲一些话。Hello everyone. I am Rudik, member of Ukrainian Parliament and leader of the Liberal Party Holos. This is my first time in Taiwan, and thank you so much for this warm welcome. It's incredible that to accept and understand that the war in my country is already going on for more than 8 months. I want us to go back in time and remember the day one when nobody in the whole world believed that we will stand for more than a couple of days, that we will be able to stand up to the second largest we are at the 9 months and we are still standing. And we are doing that because we are not fighting Russians alone. We are not protecting the democracy alone.
we are not protecting our freedom alone. One of the first and the most important lessons of this war that we learned is that the unity is critically important. That the unity is what can get you through. The unity between Ukrainian people, where every single person is fighting at their own front. The unity between democratic countries, when every country that defines themselves democratic is coming and supporting Ukraine with money, weapons, supplies, sanctions, everything possible and impossible. The unity that is being showed by people of the world whose governments are not supporting us, but people are supporting us. When they are sending money, when they are taking up refugees, and showing that there are things that are far more important than the basic everyday life things. It's dignity, it's democracy, it's freedom. And this is what we are fighting for. We are fighting to make sure that in 21st century, there is no precedent of one country taking another's territory and saying it is okay. We are fighting to say that sovereignty, liberty are not the empty words. We are fighting to show that there are things that we are willing to die for, and these things are our values, and these things are our freedom. And we salute to each and every nation that made this step of supporting us, that made step of standing up with us and saying, the evil shall not pass, the tyranny shall not pass, and Ukraine and the democratic values that we believe at will prevail. For that, on behalf of Ukrainian people, I thank to all of you. We have far more things to fight in front of us. We are facing incredibly hard autumn and winter. And as of right now, 40% of energy infrastructure of Ukraine is destroyed. So this winter will not only be cold for us, it will also be dark. But we look at it and we say, okay, we will go through that because we will go through that together. You have seen recent good news from the front, where Ukrainian forces are making counteroffense, where we are actually fighting back, when we are taking back our territories and freeing up our people. I want to tell all of you who are supporting us, this is a mutual victories. Every time you read something good that is happening in Ukraine, I want you to look at the mirror, to think about how you supported us and say, oh, well, we did well, because you did well. And for that, I am so extremely grateful. We would not be able to do that without your support. Thank you, and glory to Ukraine.
Thank you for Ukraine. Victory for Ukraine. Thank you for fighting for democracy. Thank you so much.
大家早安，我是乌克兰的国会议员 Rudik， 本人非常高兴有机会来到立法院，非常感谢大家的热烈欢迎。我是乌克兰声音党的主席。现在俄乌战争已经持续18个月了，当年全世界没有人相信乌克兰可以抵挡这么久，很多人都认为几天我们就会被打败了。但是我相信在整个过程当中，我们都发现团结非常的重要，因为我们乌克兰人民非常的团结，我们为了国家，大家团结一致，大家各守自己的岗位，团结一起。在所有全世界的民主国家当中，非常感谢大家给予源源不绝的武器、物资，还有对俄罗斯制裁等等方式。 我们非常感谢各国的人民支持我们，我们都为了捍卫尊严、民主、自由而战。我们要让全世界知道，一个国家的领袖不能因为想强占另外一个国家的领土，就随便的动武。所以我们非常的团结一致来捍卫我们的领土，甚至愿意为我们的国土而牺牲自己的生命。所以在此，我要向所有全世界支持我们的各国，为帮助我们来争取自由的这些国家致敬。我相信所有的邪恶暴政都会过去，我们乌克兰将会获得最后的胜利。所以在此，仅代表所有乌克兰人民，我要向台湾来致上最崇高的感谢之意。未来乌克兰眼前仍有漫长的路途，因为寒冬将至，乌克兰有40%的这些能源设施都已经遭到摧毁。但是我们乌克兰军也非常奋力反击，已经拿回遭俄军占领的诸多领土。我希望未来世人在看这一段历史的时候，就像一面历史的明镜，让我们知道我们已经尽力而为，做得很棒。所以在此，我要再度的感谢各位对我们在精神上、物资上各方面所给予我们的支持，谢谢。
Just a few words from Lithuania that I represent. I'm a former diplomat and now a member of Lithuanian Parliament. And something that I will repeat today at the conference of Movement for Democracy. You know, compare the stories of Lithuania, Ukraine, and Taiwan. There are some similarities. You know, Taiwan is island of freedom. Some people are calling Vilnius a capital of freedom. Or, you know, Ukrainians is a nation of freedom. But we have also different experiences. And one of the lessons that we draw from our history, and we were first to revolt against the Soviets, one of the first to join EU and NATO, that appeasement, you know, never leads to victory. You have to confront the evil. You have to draw a very clear line. You don't have to play with the evil. You have to make it very clear. And that's the second lesson that we learn. You never feed the tiger. Look to your economic figures, even of your own figures. You trade with China. You know, a lot of democracies are feeding the tigers like we've been feeding Putin. You know, we were investing into that regime. We empowered this regime before it attacked Ukraine. So when I see German and French leaders soon going to Beijing to kiss the ring of communist leader, it makes me sick, because I saw it already in Russia. So think also in Taiwan. You better invest into countries like Lithuania, who is the only country that opened Taiwanese, not Taipei representation in Europe. We are the ones who, you know, who get rid of 17+1 of kind of divisive communist Chinese created network. We fight for your case. We fight for your case in Brussels. So invest into democracies. Forget making business with autocracies, because you are empowering the tiger. And finally, well, the final lesson is leadership. You know, even with current institutions, we can do a lot in case we lead on freedom and democracy. You know, like we have a Ukrainian representative, and for some reason NATO was not able to extend membership to this country in Bucharest NATO summit. But we will have Vilnius NATO summit soon, and we will fight for membership of this country in NATO, because it was not right not to defend that democracy. The same to be said about European Union. We just received a great decision on candidate status for Ukraine, but we will fight to begin accession talks for Ukraine maybe already next year. And finally, this is about institutions. Something is wrong with those international institutions that are being held hostage of autocracies. And when the nation like Taiwan has no representation. I think, and you know, I was Lithuanian ambassador in Washington, D.C. I still remember one of the toasts of Mark Palmer, who was a speechwriter of Reagan Westminster speech, who came to my embassy and raised the toast that autocracies would be abolished by international law. It might sound radical, but I think this is just. We have to invent international organizations that defend democracies. And we do not have to allow autocracies to hijack international law and international organizations. So, freedom for this country and Slava Ukraini.
大家好，我是立陶宛的国会议员，也曾任外交官。今天非常高兴能够访问立法院。我现在讲的话，可能也会在世界民主运动会议当中再一次的重申。我有3个重点，第一个就是跟乌克兰、立陶宛不一样，台湾是一个自由的国家。从过去经验来看，我们都知道，像北约如果对一些独裁的政权采取绥靖的政策，其实是不会带来胜利的。我们要直接面对这些邪恶的国度。第二个，我们要了解的就是我们在经济的统计数字看来，民主国家不应该持续的在一些威权的国度或政权来投资，让他们壮大。在过去的一些历史里面，我们都觉得像是德国或法国，他们跟一些共产党领袖往来，是我们非常不耻的。所以我们知道台湾有深厚的这个经济的实力，应该要多多在立陶宛来投资。那立陶宛其实也一直在欧盟还有其他的国际场合为台湾来发声奋战。第3个重点就是领袖非常的重要，领导能力非常重要，尤其是在捍卫自由民主的这些价值里面。那立陶宛也很快会也是一直在为无论在北约或者在欧盟里面，不停的在捍卫民主自由的这些价值观。普世价值。那未来我们希望乌克兰最快能够明年能够加入欧盟。我们也希望像台湾这样自由民主的国家，在国际社会应该有代表权，而不是那些威权的体制。我在欧盟担任大使的时候，曾经有位撰写讲稿的作家到我的办公室来，他说国际法真的是无法这个阻挡这些所谓的威权体制。所以我们自己应该要采取具体的行动来捍卫民主自由。再次感谢大家的热烈欢迎，谢谢。
Thank you. Do you want to approach and have a group photo here? And next, we will have to go to the front door and have a press interview after this group photo. Do you want to take a flag here? Okay. Sorry, we only have few seconds because the broadcasting is waiting for us, live broadcasting later for the press interview. So please, Your Honorable, you may stand in the middle on the stage. All together. Sorry, we only have few seconds. We have to make it fast. Thank you. You may relieve your mask temporarily for a few seconds. Okay, we'll have a quick photo time and we'll have a live broadcasting for your media interview. The press is waiting. Okay? 2楼，我们这样可以了。我们现在要联访要开始喽。好，请各位去 stand by 我们的。
另外半小时。10号。我怎么知道？我提醒你呢。
刚都100多分钟，可以慢慢录呢。中场拿错，这给他出错了，
属于4区包全程有录，家里有全程有。
感谢小兵。没事啊，去。
没关系。好，各位媒体朋友，我们的访宾即将就位，我们等他们就位之后，我们就会邀请我们媒体朋友，在场的媒体朋友来进行提问。那提问的时候，请媒体朋友先告知您想要询问哪一位对象。那因为时间就是10分钟，所以我们就是简短扼要的来提问。还有一位，好，我们再稍后一位立陶宛的副主席。还在里面跟王定宇讲话。
那个王委员
可以去叫一下他。
对，请王委员等一下再聊，先让客人过来。
我们请工作人员邀请访宾到我们的这个媒体联访区，谢谢。好的，那我们的访宾已经到了现场，有没有媒体想要先行的提问？那请告知您想要询问的对象。有媒体吗？请说。你想要询问哪一位？2位的。OK。Both.
Good morning. Thank you for holding the Q&A session here for us. I have 2 questions for Sir Pavilionis. The first question is about the Lithuania's office in Taipei. The office has begun their work last month without ceremony. So, would you like to tell us what kind of the goal do you expect to achieve in relations with Taiwan through the office? And is there any difficulties or pressures in the process of opening the office? And the second question is about the Chinese Communist Party. The party has become a one-man party for Xi Jinping. Experts and intelligence officials all warn that a Chinese invasion of Taiwan seems unavoidable in recent years. How do you see the tensions between the Taiwan threat, and what would Taiwan and the world learn from Ukraine's experiences? And my question for Madame Rudik also has 2 questions. And the first is about some people in Taiwan claim that our government should not provoke Beijing, so there will be no war, no invasion for us. So we should not get involved in the proxy war for the U.S. like Ukraine. So what is your opinion about the narratives, and how do you see this kind of opinion? And the second question is about the Ukraine-Taiwan friendship group in the Verkhovna Rada. Yes, the group has announced, but report says the registration of the group has not yet finished. Yes, so we would like to ask what might be the obstacles in the process. And even the report says there are some oppositions from the ruling party, Suha Narudu. So what is the situation now of the friendship group? And is there any pressure from the president's office or from China? Thank you.
各位大家早安，两个问题，不用翻译吗？
No translation. So, well, okay. First of all, let me be very clear. Lithuanian office is not officially opened. We have we are negotiating right now. We hope some investment deals, because until now, in Lithuania, we have zero Taiwanese investment, and that's bad. That's why I was linking to your trade and investment in China. I said clearly, don't feed the tiger. Don't do the same mistakes the whole world did with Russia. Lithuania was protesting against investments and trade openings with Russia for 20 years. Nobody was listening to us. And now we all pay the price. So before you pay the price, you better invest into free and democratic countries who suffered a lot for Taiwan. We were attacked by communist China. They introduced all possible sanctions against Lithuania. And until now, we have zero investment in Lithuania from Taiwan. This is nonsense. This needs to be fixed, and quickly, because we need to show Lithuania as a success story. If you want the world to follow us, we already convinced our Baltic countries to join and leave the 17+1 format. We hope that Czechs will do it, Slovaks will do it, and others. But for this, you need to create those examples. So you need to align your diplomatic and political efforts with economic efforts. And forget this island mentality. You are not an island. You are the epicenter of the democracy fight against autocracy. It's a global fight that takes all of us in. I think that was the most interesting question, and if I dominate too much, Ukraine will leave without attention, so please.
Hello everyone, it's a huge pleasure to be here. On your questions, well, what we learned during this war is that the main and key way to fight it is through the unity. We in Ukraine are fighting Russians, putting our lives at stake. But we would not be able to do that alone, without our allies, without the whole democratic world helping us. Without the weapons, without the money, without the sanctions, without our friends taking our refugees, without the humanitarian support, without all kinds of support that we are getting. And of course, Putin does not like it. And of course, his way of fighting it is try and break this unity and this support. And this is why you hear the narratives, oh, we should stay away. And this is why you hear the narratives, oh, we should not get involved because something bad may happen. Well, I can tell you what was already going to happen happened, because the whole world for so long was afraid to stand up to the dictator. Well, we in Ukraine are not afraid. And we are thankful for each and every country that is not afraid with us, that is standing up and knowing what is right and wrong, and knowing that democratic values, that freedom and dignity mean as much. And this is why I'm so thankful for Taiwanese support. We know your support. We hear it, we see it, we feel it. We know about the sanctions that you put against Russians so they cannot manufacture the weapons. We know about increased financial support for this and for the next year. And we do appreciate it, because right now for us, every single penny counts. We do know that you are working to support our educational systems to people who cannot study because of the war. We know so many things that are being done, and we appreciate this. In this matter, hearing some dictators saying, oh, maybe you should stay away, is just ridiculous. Because they want us to stay away, and they want that we will not. And regarding the Ukrainian-Taiwanese group of friendship, I'm a part of this group. And I can tell you one thing, it's in the process of being registered, and it will be registered, and I'm so excited about so many great and fantastic and productive things for both of our states that will be done. We will be working together. We'll be moving forward. We will be developing our countries as fantastic, innovative, democratic ones. Thank you for that.
好，那以上就是还有，因为时间剩大概5分钟，我们就再开放一个问题，现场再开放一个问题。那还有媒体想要提问吗？那我们媒体联访的时间就到此结束。好，那谢谢各位媒体朋友，也再次谢谢我们的委员，然后我们的访宾。那我们现在就请工作人员引导访宾跟委员到下一个地点，谢谢。
好，谢谢大家。海滨，
就拿我的包包帮我带。
我也给我。
麦给我。
电话一点跟我开放。
有啊。啊，小兵。
他们不是在吃东，他们不是要吃东西啊？你还怎么开？开什么？他们吃东西啊？
对啊。
靠，全程哦。
是啊。
那我可怜，应该讲完了。
差多少？猜。
哦，那我可怜。
可以了，一起去啊。哎，
包在走廊。
好，你家你就拿着脚架，你就等下往走去吧。就下一场不是回去，然后下一场再试。10了快1个小时。我本来11点。东西就，然后就带下一场就回来，1点半出来。两边不是都可以上吗？是那一边的还是？应该都可以的。不是啊，是靠出来比较近的吧？为什么总是要有这一套？这个像不像？
像那个媒体这边，他们好像太近了，
因为他等下要走，
好，你等下会过去吗？对，因为他等下说要让他走过去。
没关系，好，谢谢了，拜拜。啊，拿就拿，那有什么了不起？喜欢都带走。
我想要先站在旁边。
啊，直接坐。
等一下。
大哥，因为我头晕嘛。
喂，测试，喂。这些你要不要？
什么时候在外面拍？或者
正副总统你就是过来，
哦，拍过来，或者是
正副总统你就是国会议。拍手机拍手机拍。哎，大家都跑出去，我也知道。
好，拿自己相机了。
对啊，我想说，
我知道型号了。
是要干污啊。那等一下卡。在车上。OK 啊。好，直接就好了。大概半个小时嘛。啊。
院长会来，院长。稍微让他再下，还有大公司出来。先听到一下，谢谢。我们这边先后退一下。
好，会场，让我们欢迎游院长 ，Ladies and gentlemen, President Liu has arrived. Let's warmly welcome President Liu. 欢迎各位长官、贵宾今日莅临与会。会的一开始，请容我为各位邀请游院长为我们致辞。On behalf of the Legislative Yuan, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all and thank you to join the meeting. At the very beginning, I would like to invite President Liu to deliver a welcome speech. Please, 有请游院长至台前为我们致辞。
帕季格副主席，声音党的鲁迪克主席，黄世杰委员，邱志伟委员，还有林静宇委员，朱家秘书长、雅淑顾问，还有蔡政务处长，各位同仁、各位女士、各位先生，大家午安。
The Honorable Rudik Pavilionis, Deputy Chair of the Committee on European Affairs, the Honorable Kira Rudik, Chairperson of Voice Party, Legislator Huang Shijie, Legislator Qiu Zhiwei, Legislator Lin Jingyi, Secretary General Lin Zhijia, Consultant Zhou Yashu, Dr. Ming Yancai, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, dear colleagues of the Legislative Yuan, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
非常欢迎帕季格副主席及鲁迪克主席莅临台湾，共同参与第11届世界民主运动全球大会。有机会以立法院长及台湾民主基金会董事长身份，欢迎两位贵宾，感到非常的荣幸。
I extend warm welcome to Deputy Chair Pavilionis and Chairperson Rudik to Taiwan to participate in the 11th World Movement for Democracy. As the President of the Legislative Yuan and Chairman of Taiwan Foundation for Democracy, I'm honored to welcome you both.
非常感谢帕季格副主席对台湾的支持。今年7月，本人率领台湾国会跨党派访问团，在立陶宛访问期间，阁下拨出2天的时间，陪同参加相关访问活动，包括立陶宛国会宪法厅、台湾论坛、 立陶宛国会友台小组晚宴、立陶宛国家美术馆、维尔纽斯大学、维尔纽斯电视台、波罗的海之路起点等等，让我们充分感受到贵国与阁下的支持与热忱。我也非常高兴能够在今天能够见到鲁迪克主席。今年乌俄战争刚爆发的时候，鲁迪克主席所持步枪，无所畏惧的在维特上表示自己坚定捍卫家人的决心，令人动容。现在正值乌克兰局势动荡时刻，阁下仍然来到台湾，用具体的行动彰显对台湾的重视与支持。我谨代表台湾国会向各位致上最诚挚的谢意。
I want to thank Deputy Chair Pavilionis for your support to Taiwan and for hosting me and the cross-party legislative delegation I led to Lithuania in July. You spent 2 whole days to accompany us to various scenic spots, including the Constitutional Hall, Taiwan Forum, and National Art Museum, Vilnius University, and Vilnius TV Tower Station, and the start point of Baltic Way. We strongly felt the hospitality accorded to us by your great country and Deputy Chair yourself. I'm also delighted today to meet with Chairperson Rudik. At the beginning of Ukraine-Russia war, Chairperson Rudik wrote in Twitter by carrying a rifle to show your determination to defend your homeland. I admire your fearless courage, and on behalf of Taiwan's legislature, I want to express my utmost gratitude to you.
借这个机会，我要表达对立陶宛及乌克兰对抗威权的坚定。立陶宛去年宣布设立以台湾为名的代表处后，随即不断遭受中国的恫吓，外交关系降级，经济手段压迫，但立陶宛展现坚定的立场与勇气，捍卫民主价值，而乌克兰则是站在对抗霸权的最前线，向全世界展现不屈的精神与坚强的立国精神。
I also want to take this opportunity to express my respect to Lithuania and Ukraine to fight against the authoritarian regime. Since Taiwan representative office in Lithuania was announced to set up, you have been intimidated by China, and China downgraded its relations with Lithuania, coerced you with unfair and righteous economic practices. However, Lithuania still demonstrates invaluable courage and friendship to stand with Taiwan to defend the value of democracy, while Ukraine stands at the front line to confront hegemony, to demonstrate its courage and perseverance to the entire world.
这次我们看到乌克兰人权团体公民自由中心名列今年的诺贝尔和平奖得主，感到欣慰。欧洲议会也宣布将年度沙卡洛夫思想自由奖颁给乌克兰人民，表示支持乌克兰对抗俄罗斯的入侵。台湾也未落人之后，除了立法院跨党派共同发表声明谴责俄罗斯的恶行之外，也响应声援乌克兰，全国共捐助大约3300多万美元。面对威权霸凌，台湾不会置身事度外，因为唯有全世界的民主社群连结在一起，坚定地向威权政体展现我们对民主的追求及捍卫自由的决心，才能够伸张国际公义。
Recently, we are pleased to see the Center for Civil Liberties are among the Nobel Peace Prize laureates this year, demonstrate the world's attachment of importance to peace and democracy. The European Parliament announced to award the Sakharov Prize for Freedom of Thought to the people of Ukraine to express their support to Ukraine to fight against Russia. The Legislative Yuan also joined the rank to issue cross-party joint statement to condemn Russian invasion. In addition, the entire Taiwan donated around $33 million to assist Ukraine people. Confronting authoritarian bullying, Taiwan will not sit idle because only all community of democracy in the world is connected can we show our determination to the authoritarian regime to pursue democracy and to protect freedom and to uphold international justice.
中国在经济崛起后，即以对内压迫、对外扩张的方式，在全球各处进行战狼外交，摒除其威权，摒除其天朝心态，未曾放弃侵略台湾。所以乌俄战争提醒我们，一定要有防微杜渐，一定要事先做好准备，才能够自助联助。唯有展现台湾人坚强的防卫意志，才能够上兵伐谋，使中国知道战争需要付出极大的代价，而不敢贸然行动。
After China's economic rise, it adopted a warrior diplomacy of domestic repression and coercive diplomacy, with its authoritarian nature and imperial dynasty mindset, and has never renounced its ambition to use force against Taiwan. From the lessons of Ukraine-Russian war, we need to take preventive measures. We should not assume that China will not wage a war and should always be prepared. In addition, those who help themselves will be helped by others. The highest form of generalship is to balk the countries to
世界民主运动大会在台湾召开。第二件事情就是我见到了台湾的非常好的朋友，就是帕季格副主席，因为他对台湾非常的支持。他不止在我们访问立陶宛期间2天全程陪同，参观了所有在立陶宛参观的各重要的景点。而且他还做了很多的建议，这些建议包括希望台湾民主基金会能够跟乌克兰更密切的联系，甚至也包括台湾能不能有台湾的料理到立陶宛去开设，还有建立很多。所以我真的对于这个帕季格副主席真的是老朋友，也是好朋友非常感谢。同时，第三件事情就是第一次与乌克兰的国会议员，就是鲁迪克主席他不但是乌克兰的国会议员，还是一个政党的主席第一次有机会来跟乌克兰国会议员见面，所以今天我等于有3件非常高兴的事情。
Today I'm really pleased to meet my friends today, and there are 3 major reasons why I'm so delighted to welcome our dear friends. The first one is today marks the conference of the World Movement of Democracy held in Taipei, and I'm so glad to meet my good friend from Lithuania, Deputy Chair Pavilionis. Once again, and Deputy Chair has been very supportive to Taiwan, especially during my visit to Lithuania in July. He accompanied the entire delegation for 2 whole days, and he provided me with so many recommendations, including further cooperation of Taiwan Foundation for Democracy with Ukraine, and also introducing Taiwan's cuisine to Ukraine. And the third major reason why I am so pleased is that this marks the first time for me to meet with parliamentarian Rudik. She is also the chairperson of Voice Party. So I'm really pleased to welcome you all today.
最后，我要再度感谢立陶宛及乌克兰国会对台湾的支持，因为民主、自由、人权及法治，让我们紧密相连。未来也希望彼此间能有更加深入的合作与交流，一起捍卫全球的和平和稳定，借助邦谊永固，旅途愉快，平安顺心。
In closing, I want to once again thank Lithuania and Ukraine for your support to Taiwan. Taiwan will continue to make contributions to the international community because we share the same values of freedom, democracy, and human rights and rule of law. We are connected by these values as we pursue them together, and I look forward to in-depth cooperation and exchange to defend global peace and stability. May our relations everlasting, and all of you a pleasant journey. Thank you.
谢谢院长，有请院长回座。接下来我们要邀请的是帕季格副主席至台前致辞。Next, I would like to invite Seimas of Lithuania, Honorable Pavilionis, to deliver a welcome speech, please.
Well, Honorable Speaker, members of Parliament, my dear friend from Ukraine. Well, I remember so vividly the speaker's visit to Lithuania. We really spent 2-3 days together. And what we learned and what I will repeat today in this democracy event. You know, autocracies divide and rule. We, democracies, we unite. Lithuania was one of the first countries that helped Ukraine with little assistance. My Prime Minister brought stingers on Valentine's Day before the war when nobody was providing weapons to Ukraine. Now everybody does it. So you understand who is your friend when you are in such a danger. But before this danger comes to this region, I really want to unite our nations by everything. Politically, we are already united. As we discussed with the speaker, I want our nations would be united intellectually. We have first projects with universities, with libraries. I would love to have Taiwan Democracy Fund to establish an office in Vilnius. I would love to have Taiwanese investments in Lithuania. Until now, we don't have any, and this is bad. But I hope that in November, we will have some announcements already. Your Ambassador Eric is working a lot, and we have a team here in Taipei who is also preparing it. So finally, what I was saying to journalists today, I think Taiwan is much bigger than you think. You have to, it's not for me to recommend, but to abandon this island mentality. This is the epicenter of the global fight. So it's not only about politics, it's about economy, it's about trade, that we have to create the whole network of democratic countries united and detached from autocracies. Cut our trade links with autocracies, as Lithuania did. 97% of our trade is just with free and democratic countries, and we are happy with this. We grow, our salaries grow, our technologies grow, and that's why we want to open this cooperation with Taiwan today. Thank you, Speaker.
有院长、各位委员，我亲爱的乌克兰好友 Rudik， 非常高兴能够来到立法院访问。我的确我还记忆犹新，游院长访问立陶宛的时候，我们花了整整2天在一起，互相的学习。今天我也非常高兴，此次来到台湾参加世界民主运动大会。我们在这个会议中也常常提到，威权无法遵守或者是藐视这个规则，只有民主才能够团结大家在一起。在俄乌战争爆发一开始， 其实乌克兰所获得的这些协助非常的有限，但是我们的总理就不断的提供一些武器，还有协助给乌克兰。本人也要非常的感谢台湾的诸多好友跟乌克兰站在一起。但是我要提醒的就是，希望在危险或危机还没有到这一个地区的时候，我们所有国家都应该要在各方面团结。来进行一些合作的计划。接下来，我希望能够看到台湾有更多的经贸投资到立陶宛来。在11月的时候，我相信黄大使将会有一些新的宣布。那我们在台北方面这边的贸易代表处的团队也已经蓄势待发。最后，我相信其实不需要我多所建议，台湾其实比大家想象的更为强大。我们应该要抛开这个岛国的心态，那我们应该要跟全世界的民主国家一起合作，来抵挡这些威权的政权。我们不只在政治、在经贸、在各方面都要团结在一起。尤其在经贸方面，我们应该要切断对这个独裁政权的这些投资跟往来。举例来说，立陶宛97%的经贸投资只跟3个民主国家往来，但是我们非常的满意，因为无论在经贸、在技术各方面，我们都还是不断的提升。最后，感谢各位的热烈欢迎，谢谢。
And if you allow speaker one last sentence.
不好意思，我最后再补充
On the way to plane, basketball leaders called me. Because we are very strong in basketball. We were defeating Red Army clubs, even Americans sometimes. Our basketball would like to have a joint team with Taiwan. We have to defeat Communist China in basketball. Another great idea.
最后，请容许我再讲一下，因为立陶宛的篮球队非常的强，所以我们希望跟台湾合作，一起打败这个中共的篮球队。谢谢。
谢谢帕季格副主席的致辞。接着我们要邀请乌克兰鲁迪克议员为我们致辞。Next, I'd like to invite Honorable Rudik to deliver a welcome speech, please.
Hello, dear Speaker of the Parliament, dear friends. Thank you so much for welcoming me here. It's a real pleasure. I'm here as so many representations. I'm here as a part of the friendship group between Taiwanese and Ukrainian parliaments. I'm here as a member of Ukrainian parliament, as a leader of the Liberal Party. I'm here as a vice president of Alliance of Liberals and Democrats for Europe. And I'm here as a Ukrainian who is so grateful for the support that my country is getting. Because believe me, we do need every single bit and every chunk of support that we can get. Thank you for it.
有院长、各位委员、各位好友，今天来到台湾访问，我有多重的身份。譬如说是乌克兰台湾国会友好小组的成员，还有乌克兰的国会议员，还有乌克兰声音党的主席，还有就是要代表乌克兰人民跟国家来谢谢台湾给予乌克兰在有形无形方面的各种支持。
We live at the time of historical changes, on unspeakable and unbelievable things happening. Today we are facing 9 months of the war that Russia started on Ukraine. And at the very beginning, nobody believed that we are standing a chance, that we will last for more than a couple of days. And it's the heroic and bravery of Ukrainian people who said, no, the evil shall not pass. You are not going to take us. We are going to be fighting for our freedom, for the liberty, and for democratic values that we believe in. But then, nobody believed that we are getting the heavy weapons to actually be fighting Russia, not only with Kalashnikovs, but with the weapons that are able to push armies back. And look at us now. Almost all the countries that can support us with weapons are doing so. Then nobody believed that Ukraine will get the candidacy to European Union. Oh, everybody was laughing at us, saying it is impossible, you're a country at war, what are you talking about? And look at us now. Then nobody was believing that we are able to not only defend our territories, but actually fight back and regain free Ukrainian territories that were captured. And look at us now. We are able to do this. Look that we are actually winning in so many directions on the front. We are taking back and we are freeing our people and freeing our territories. I can tell you what things that people do not believe right now at. That Ukraine will become a member of NATO, that we are able to win this war and take all our territories back to 1991. Right now, nobody believes that we will survive this winter because Russia keeps destroying our infrastructure and keeps making our cities not only cold but also dark. But guess what? We will win this war. I promise you.
历史教导我们许多不可置信的功课。自从俄乌战争以来，很多人都认为乌克兰大概顶多只可以抵挡几天，但是看看我们勇敢的乌克兰人民对抗这个邪恶的帝国，为了自由民主的价值而奋战。很多人都认为乌克兰人民不可能拿起这些重武器来抵挡俄罗斯，但是看看我们的人民，现在已经每个人都拿起所有的武器，所有可以用的工具来抵挡俄罗斯的入侵。全世界各国也逐渐的、不断的、一致的支持乌克兰，给予我们各式各样的支援，包括各式各样的武器。当初很多人都认为乌克兰不可能进到欧盟里面，但是看看今天我们对抗这些威权的政权来捍卫我们的领土。当初很多人都认为乌克兰人民不可能收回被侵占的这些领土，但是看看现在，我们不断的把俄罗斯让他们节节的败退，收复之前被侵占的这些领土，解放我们的人民。很多人也都不认为乌克兰可能可以进到这个北约。但是看看我们现在，我要跟大家说，乌克兰未来一定能够赢得这场胜利，收复我们的领土，让它恢复到1991年的情况。那很多人也都认为乌克兰可能撑不过今年的寒冬，因为俄罗斯把所有的这些设施都摧毁，让我们又冷又暗。但是在此，我要跟大家说，乌克兰会赢得这场战争，会勇敢地度过这个寒冬。
There has been many questions from democratic leaders from all over the world who support us. What are we going to do to make sure that the dictatorship know that they should not be attacking other countries? And how do we prevent more empires to raise? I have a couple of answers to that. The first is, I agree with my friend from Lithuania, we need to isolate them. We need to stop doing business with them. We need to stop feeding money to them. We need to stop appeasing them and looking aside, thinking that some things are okay. No, countries that try to invade other countries and take their territories are not okay and will never be okay. And we need to be very clear about that. Then we are showing by our fighting that there would not be a precedent of a country annexing somebody else's territories and getting away with it. And that is step 2, and this is where we need all international support of every single democracy and countries that want to be democracies, but not just there yet. But the third, and this is my passion project right now, is using the state assets of Russia that are right now everywhere in the world and saying when you're breaking international laws, your money will be confiscated. They not only will be sanctioned, but they will be confiscated and used to rebuild Ukraine. Right now, when Taiwan is supporting Ukraine, it is your taxpayers, it's out of all of your pockets that you are giving money to us. And there is no way to extend my gratefulness for that. But this is so illogical and so unfair because it is Putin who has to pay for his crimes. It is Russia who has to pay for its crimes. And this is why we need to use the money that is stored everywhere in the world by Russian oligarchs, by Russian banks, by Russian state to pay for recovery of Ukraine, to pay so the taxpayers would not have to pay, and then to show all the other autocracies and tyrannies. This will happen to your money as well, if you dare to attack. This is what we are working on the legislative and political level. And this is what I'm sharing with you as my vision of how do we make sure that we are moving towards the better world, not the world where the countries live in threat of their neighbors, being afraid that one day there would be an attack. We need to flip the table right now to make sure that we are not reactive, but actually proactive in all the messages and action that we are making to show the autocracies that it will not pass.
很多人问我说，遇到这些独裁的领袖该怎么办，或国家怎么办？我们要怎么预防呢？我提供3点的建议。第一个，我非常同意刚刚我立陶宛的同事所说的，就是要切断他们的经贸往来，把他们的隔离，不应该再为这些老虎们资金，不应该在这些独裁国家政权来投资。第二个就是我们应该要让全世界知道，一个国家任意侵占领土，这是不可以成为一个先例的。第三个就是我们要透过国际法来冻结俄罗斯的国家的资产跟资金。我们非常感谢台湾，从战争爆发以来就不断的给予乌克兰源源不绝的资源，但是这些都是台湾人的资金，我觉得这是不公平的，所以我认为普丁应该要为自己的罪行付出代价，应该要用俄罗斯人民的纳税人的钱来重建乌克兰。所以我们国会议员跟行政部门可以合作，一起来达到这些目标。我们如果要有一个美好的世界，我们就不应该整天担心身处一个具有威胁的邻国，担心他们随时会攻打我们。所以我们应该要让这些全世界的独裁政权知道，他们要为自己的罪行用自己的钱来付出代价。
And last but not the least, we need to be ready. If you can roll back our time in a year or 2 or 3, we would have built more bomb shelters. We would have trained more people. We would invest in the high technologies for the military areas. But the fact was that though the whole world have seen what Russia was doing, nobody actually believed that they would attack as in the matter that they done. Nobody believed that my capital city of my country, Kiev, will be constantly under the rocket fire and the kamikaze drones from Iran. It was unspeakable for people. But we are living in these historical times when everything is possible. So no matter how impossible things you think are, you need to get ready. And you need to make sure that you are prepared for that. This is something that requires getting rid of the gray tones. There is no more being in between of things. You have to choose sides. You have to make strong decisions. You have to make sure that you people understand, are united and supporting each other. This is what's happening in Ukraine right now, but we are paying such a huge price for this. We are showing as an example of how to fight, but I wish that countries should not go through the war to learn it, to learn from our example. So with my huge gratefulness, with incredible love and support for all of you, thank you so much, and glory to Ukraine.
最后，我要建议的就是大家要随时做好准备。回想当初俄罗斯入侵乌克兰之前，大家都不认为会发生。如果我们知道真的一切会发生的话，我们可能会建更多的防空洞，或者是投资更多的军事高科技。当初那时候也没有人会料想得到俄军将会轰炸我们的首都基辅，所以处在这一个历史时刻，我要告诉大家，一切事情都有可能。当你觉得不可能的时候，其实这一切都可能发生。我们一定要选边站，中间没有灰色地带，要么就要做足决心，人民要团结，要互相的支援，这就是乌克兰目前的现况。看看乌克兰的这些经验，我们付出了很惨痛的代价，也希望大家能够从中学习。那这一次我非常感谢来到台湾，我带着爱心来感谢台湾给予乌克兰的所有的支援，谢谢大家。
Thank you. Please be seated. 接下来我们要邀请院长至台前为我们致赠纪念品。Next, I would like to invite Honorable Pavilionis to step forward for receiving the gift from President Yo. The gift is a ceramic tray painted with jade mountain, which represents strong and respect. 好，谢谢帕季格副主席。Thank you, Honorable Pavilionis. Next, I would like to invite Honorable Rudik to step forward for receiving the gift. The gift is a delicate teacup with beautiful butterfly. 好的，谢谢。接下来我要邀请在场所有的长官贵宾至台前进行合影。I would like to invite all the participants to come to the front for a group photo, please. Please take off the masks. And let's make a thumbs up gesture to the camera. 让我们比一个赞的手势。好的，谢谢各位媒体朋友，也谢谢所有长官贵宾。接下来的议程为不公开，有请工作人员先引导我们的这个媒体离开我们的会场。We are now asking the media to leave from the venue. Please wait for a moment.
好，谢谢。